One of the secrets to keeping your containers looking good throughout the year, especially when you plant them early, is going to be watering. Now, I know you may be thinking it is the springtime, but in order for you to have success with your containers, you're going to have to water your containers in. Now, especially when you remove a frost cloth off. So I just took my frost cloth off. So now I immediately come in and I hit them with some water. That way it can rejuvenate the plants and just make sure they continue to look well, because when the temperatures drop, it does put a little bit of stress on top of your plants. And then also you'll notice sometimes that if it's windy on top of that, some of your plants, especially if they're getting caught like this hellebore over here on the side, and we'll try to get in close, but the bees are like really just loving their life on these floral arrangements right here to look at them. So let's get in close. So for example, this hellebore right here is slumped over. Hold on, bee. Hold on. Because you need water too. It's slumped over, but we're going to go in and water this. And actually, we might even, hold on. Let's just water from the back of it. Okay, so this will stand back up. If you see this, don't pull your arrangements, just water. Okay, we're gonna do just a little bit of flower bed clean out, like in this area here. If we have time, we'll tackle the hydrangea. We're definitely gonna clean up the alliums that's right here in this area, and just start to try to get this area tidied up. We're also going to change our rug here. And we'll start by, for sure, cleaning out the alliums. The hydrangeas, will work on the hydrangeas a little bit, and then hopefully we'll be able to get them all done, because I want to do a little bit more shaping for the hydrangeas, because I'm trying to get them to take on a certain habit. And what I mean by that is, if I take this hydrangea right here and I clip this back, I'm trying to get stronger stems. It has been a long time coming. With I would come in and I would skip a year, and what I mean by skip a year is I would just basically just deadhead the hydrangeas and would not do a hard pruning on this hydrangea tree here. Now these are Monrovia strawberry shake hydrangeas. They were actually sent out to me by Monrovia, so I got a total of 3 of them here. So we have one right here. We come around this way. There is one in the middle there. And then this one right here, I actually went in and I fall pruned this one. So I'm going to be comparing to see if the one that I fall pruned ends up being better than the other 2 here. I do want to pull all of the pansies out of this flower bed right here. This is going to have a different show here, so we'll knock that out really quick. So we'll definitely pull these right here, and then we're going to make sure that we cut our alliums here. These are a perennial allium, and they're good for a flower bed, but you got to kind of watch out, especially if you leave the seed pods, because they can be invasive. The flower bed's all cleaned out right now. All of the pansies that I took out, of course, if you wanted to reuse them, you certainly could, but they're burgundy. They don't fit in with the scheme that I'm doing in my garden here for this season's look. Let's grab this. If we look at the show that I got going on here, these are burgundy, so they technically wouldn't go with the show. I mean, you could make anything go, but I like to have my garden very much color scheme. Like, for example, we have pansies here, and our pansies are a soft buttery yellow. Then we have our fuchsia, and then we have our tulips here, and then not to mention our white hellebore necessarily fit with what we're doing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head inside and we're going to check on the carrots that we potted up. We're going to see if we have any type of germination with those, and then we'll head on to the next task. I do have a rug that's coming from Amazon. It's the same rug. I use it every year. I have not replaced this rug because I wanted to see what was the longevity like. So once that rug gets here, we'll put it down. So let's go ahead and head to our next task. As far as the hydrangeas, if you want to see the way that I prune my hydrangeas, because I have a luxurious show with hydrangeas every single year in my garden, I'll make sure to link a hydrangea pruning video in the way that I do my hydrangeas. Most of the time you'll think that anything smaller than a pencil you need to cut out, but if you think about it, most of the specimens that you buy, they look luxurious and gorgeous when they're holding up the blooms in the summertime, but then come the winter and the next spring and you get ready to go out there and prune it back and you're like, hold on, nothing on this bush is smaller than is larger than a pencil, excuse me, is larger than a pencil. So when you're pruning your hydrangea, you have to train it, and that's what I'm doing. I am facilitating the growth of those larger stems, and so in order to do that, sometimes you gotta be very scientific with how you prune. I was going to prune these, but it would take me all day long to be able to properly prune, because you see, I have to take my hand and physically open them up. So actually, I think what we need to do now is just run real quick and just get some more pruners. See, we need something that is going to be stronger. Let's see. Say these are 22 forge pruners. Idea for cutting stems and light branches. Angle cutting heads reduces wrist fatigue and making it easier to prune at awkward angles. This might be what we need. And they're coming in at $22.98. So this is the last one. So we'll just go ahead and get these. Now these babies right here, these are $44. So this actually might be a stronger pruner right here. We'll put these back for right now, and I have a pair of these and they actually do pretty good. These right here, it's just that I don't know, I'm probably like on my third or fourth pair of these, and we're gonna go with these. All right, so let's get these open. All of our hydrangeas are now pruned, but do you see how thick my stems are? Look at that. Absolutely thick. So when I get done developing these and shaping these the way that I want them to be, going to be some healthy stems that can hold up the biggest blooms. So what I mean by shaping, I'll come in, I'll take that out, and you can see along the stems, along this main cane right here, I've come in and I have additional sprouts right here. That's how I get that show versus doing the traditional way of pruning a hydrangea where this would not exist. You would cut this out and you will only leave this one right here. I don't do mines like that. I prune mines completely different. Now I will say for this stem right here, it's small, so I could afford to go in and take this all the way down to the base. So I'll do that. But sometimes I'll come out and I'll continue to work with them, or even like this one right here. You see how this is going haywire? So as I'm working in my beds, if I see anything like that, I'll come in and I'll continue to strip them out, so that way I can have a nice strong structure. This one hydrangea is going to take up this whole entire space. This entire area is going to be engulfed in nothing but hydrangea blooms. So you'll be able to see it from behind the fountain, but you see how much space I've given them. I will again continue to work on it and clip things out that are insufficient, like this. Sometimes I'll just dedicate a whole entire day to just making sure my show is on point and where I need it to be for the season. We're still waiting on the rug to be delivered here for the front entryway. Hopefully it will be delivered today. In the meantime, and in between time, let's run in and now we'll check on our carrot seedlings. We're going to pull this off because I can already see that we have germination. Okay. See? So we got real good germination. Our carrot seed look pretty good. And actually we don't have, we could go in and thin this out, but we're going to wait for right now till they get a little bit larger. And we do need to start hardening these off so they can go outside. So right now we're going to just leave them here for right now. Let them get a little bit of air, only because I don't want to get busy and leave them outside longer than they should be outside. But we definitely got some good germination here. I did overseed these more than what they needed to be. That way I could make sure I had good germination, because we are sowing in a terracotta pot, and typically with your terracotta pots, you can see the rest of the soil is pretty much dry. So it was really our saran paper and our string here, which I reused my string, so I'll set this off to the side. But this is what's made sure we had success. So it kept the seeds damp enough to make sure they were able to go ahead and just sprout up. While we're in here, I do want to put some water inside of these seedlings right here, because it is so hot in here. The seedlings are drying out faster. So I'll just pour some water in here, and these will be taken outside sooner than later, more than likely at the same time. All right, so let's get the rug out of here. Exact rug. I am going to come in and bend this back to get it to lay down. And Miss Penelope, our supervisor, she's upset. It takes form really, really quickly. It takes form real quick. Let's pick these up. So good quality rug. They last you for about 3 years, maybe longer. But you see the way that my old rug was looking, this is how it looks. It looks so much more prominent. You can definitely see the transition between the black, and it's just, the black just really just stands out. And it's like the perfect size. So I'll be sure to link this in my Amazon page. And it just totally makes a world of difference. I feel like we got a lot of things accomplished today. Cleaned out, for the most part, this flower bed right here. We pulled the old annuals right here. And then started working on our hydrangea. So I'm excited with the progress that we've made. So let me bend this a little bit more, because I hate for it to get, sometimes I'll take it. I really like to put them down when it's a little bit hotter, because I feel like they just take formation better when it's hotter. Here, let's bend down towards the front to knock out. Here on the back we have a crease. That is what's making it harder to get everything to transition over. So I just like to go in and I'll just kind of just work with that area, and that's how I get them to lay flat. You see this side is sticking up a bit, so I'll just continue to work with it. And it's a real thick, nice quality rug. Now we can talk. See the difference now? Drop down in the comment box. Let me know, have you already started your garden cleanup? Have you pruned your hydrangeas? Do you have hydrangeas? Is hydrangeas something that you want to tackle this year? Let me know how you prune your hydrangeas. Do you come in and just whack everything down? How do you tackle your garden cleanup? Do you do it one room by one room, or do you tackle everything at one time? I would totally love to hear about it. I will make sure to link this rug on my Amazon page, and it'll be in the description box.